Shalom, all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah HaKodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the bishops and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well through the scriptures. Peace to the 144,000 and the rest of the hopeful elect. I am the brother Chaya from GMS Indianapolis, the branch of Indiana. The original Gary campus, GMS It Will Not Tarry 2. And this will be a response to this video on screen. YouTube channel JR Wisdom. Title of the video: Desperate women are now doing lavender marriages over normal marriages for this reason. All right, 1 second.
If you have ADHD, you need to try this. This app brings your whole life into one place. Your calendar, to-dos, habits, groceries, so you never forget.
Explore alone. I went to Acropolis and saw Athena's temple.
I see this trend of like people doing this thing called a lavender marriage. So a lavender marriage used to be where two gay people would get together to stay in the closet, basically. Okay. But now they're saying a lot of Gen Zers are embracing the concept of this lavender marriage, and it's focused on companionship and practical benefits such as shared housing, financial stability, rather than romantic love. It feels like a middle class thing to me. That sounds terrible.
But I think it is, because when I think about it, I'm like, damn, that'd be nice for health insurance.
Right.
You're like, you want to get married? Marry me.
So this year is pretty exciting for me because I'm entering in a completely new chapter. I'm going into my 30s and I'm so excited. But like, what are y'all thoughts on a lavender marriage? Like, now that I'm going like into that stage in my life, I do think about marriage from time to time. I'm feeling a lot more whole, but a lavender marriage, it sounds a little fun. It sounds like a fun life. Like, I don't know. What would y'all do? What do y'all think?
So many were concerned about what I did with that guy in Bali that I decided to try my hand at a lavender marriage. And here's how it went.
Anyway,
we started.
The scripture just came to me. All right. What is it? This is 2 Thessalonians 2:11. And for this cause, the matter of fact, start at verse 9, 2 Thessalonians 2:9. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. All right, so the physical counterpart of Satan on the earth is the so-called white man. He is Esau Edom. All right. And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. See, in this Bible, the word of the Most High is true. So everything he say in regard to how you should operate on the planet that he created, that is right. That is correct. But Esau Edom, the devil and Satan, he's clean contrary to everything the Most High say. So much so to the point that this is where we at now. In all things, the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai said what? That you should have fruits, all right, based off seeds. And everything is a fruit, all right? And all that fruits and vegetables. Look, the fruit is what the flower blossoms into. The vegetable is everything else. All right. The vegetable is everything else. All right. But really, anything bearing seed within itself. All right. That's what you're supposed to eat. But now he does seedless. So that's just to give you an example. Everything the Most High said, he go against. The Most High said man and woman. He says man, man, woman, woman. The Most High said a man can have multiple women. He says no, polyamorous. So now we're down to a lavender marriage. Verse 11, and for this cause the Most High shall send them strong delusion that they should believe a lie. Because first of all, marriage as we know it today, that was the institution of the so-called white man, the concept of being legally married. A contract between two people with the state being the overseer of the relationship. Okay? But women, especially American women, are so caught up in the grandiose of it all. All right. The wedding, not necessarily the marriage, the status, the bragging rights, that this is the extent that they will go to. All right. Not having a husband to honor and obey, but having a weirdo to save face in public, and because women not really meant to be alone. All right, that's a man's thing. All right, women are not designed to be alone. That's why single women always doing shit. They always doing something. They either always going out. They're always going out to eat. They always going to bars. They're always going to clubs. Then they get older. They become an Eastern Star. They always in church. Because the sense of being alone overwhelms women. They're not really designed to be like that. So instead of having a husband and doing it the right way, this is the route you go to have companionship, right? Y'all heard them. Help with the bills and still be free without being under authority, right? That they should believe a lie, verse 12, that they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. You have pleasure in unrighteousness. So it's you and him, you and the weirdo. He do his thing on the side, on his own. You do your thing on the side, on your own. But every now and again, right, you going to have an itch to fulfill. And he does that, right? That is iniquity. That is iniquity, okay? Let me grab that. Now, the first time the word iniquity pops up in the scriptures is Genesis 15 and 16. But in the fourth generation, they shall come hither again, for the iniquity of the Amorites is not yet full. So let's just get that word iniquity real quick. Iwan, perversity. If something is perverse, it basically means not right. See, that's not right. It don't got to be a special elongated definition. We just simple and plain. It ain't right. Depravity, iniquity, guilt, or punishment of iniquity, right? What we just read in 2 Thessalonians, that they might all be damned that love not the truth, but have pleasure in unrighteousness. All right. Let's look up depravity. State of being depraved. Oh, let's click on it. Corruption, degeneracy. Now, what's a degenerate, right? What's a degenerate? Oh, so now this shit don't want to work now. Let's read some more. Corrupt, led astray, pervert, not right. Accuse, distort. See, this is a distortion of the union between man and woman. Disfigured. All right. Now let's look up degenerate. Let's look up degenerate real quick. Degenerate, right? Let's see. Slaki is the prince of the power of the air, man. Never had these fucking problems before, man. Just give me the damn word, man. Degenerate, all right? Having lost or suffered impairment to the qualities proper to the race or kind. See that? To be inferior to one's ancestor, to become unlike one's race or kind, fall from ancestral quality. This is not the spot of the children of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right? Let me see. Right? Because that's not the behavior of an Israelite, so-called Negro, Latino, Native American. There used to be a time where our people had the notion of that's their thing. That's what those people do. We don't do that. All right? I believe it's Deuteronomy, the scripture that I'm speaking of. Deuteronomy 32:5. They have corrupted themselves. Their spot is not the spot of his children. See, you people are heathens, man. All you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, y'all, you fucking black people, you Hispanic people, you Aborigines, whatever the fuck you want to call yourself, you're all degenerates. All right? You're degenerates, you're witches, because the scripture says rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft. So if you don't serve the Most High, you're all witches. Right? And you are not Israelites. You're not Israelites. You're not sons and daughters of the power. You're not princes and princesses of the power. Because you're uncircumcised in heart. This is okay to you. This is fine to you. When the Most High look at you, if he were to look at you, he ain't looking at you. Right? He ain't looking at you. Because what he said, to this man will I look, he that is of a contrite spirit and that tremble at my word. That fear and respect the word of the Lord. That's not what he said to do. A fucking lavender marriage. And you got a panel of women just up there talking about the shit. It says they are a perverse and crooked generation. See? Let me grab something else. Oh. Let me see. Let me see. Right, Jeremiah 9, pardon me. Jeremiah 9 and 26. 25. Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, that I will punish all them which are circumcised with the uncircumcised. See? The circumcised represents the Israelites. And the uncircumcised represents the heathens. All right? Egypt and Judah and Edom and the children of Ammon and Moab and all that are in the utmost corners that dwell in the wilderness. For all these nations are uncircumcised, aka heathens, and all the house of Israel are uncircumcised in the heart. So you're a heathen in your mind. You do and behave and act as the heathen do. All right? The Queen of England, right? She died. She's no queen. But let me use an example. How do you think the world would respond if she on TikTok twerking? Any of them of the quote unquote royal house, they twerking. You see that? You don't expect that from them, right? So the behavior that you nigger nuggets, you neglects, you Keishites, you big Shirleys, you old Sambo ass niggas. All right? Your behavior is unbecoming of an Israelite. So you you got the DNA, right? You got the different little gifts, you know. You're artistic, right? You're talented, but you're uncircumcised in the heart. And your heart is your mind, your thought processes. What your concept of right and wrong. All right. Let me grab something else. Let me look at this here. Come on, man. Look at this. Lavender marriage is a union between a man and a woman where at least one partner is homosexual or bisexual, but the marriage is entered into for reasons other than romantic love. Where most marriages back in the day weren't based off love. Love comes. Sex is marriage. All right. If a woman had only one, I'm saying it fast or wrong. If a woman only had one sexual partner, she would love him. Whether he was fat, whether he was bald, that's what she would know. And her spirit would latch on to him and conform to him, and she would be like a carbon copy of him. All right? And that's fact. That's scientific fact. But you heard it from Yahweh Bashim Yahushua first. It was in the Bible first. See, now all the different now as knowledge increase, what all this shit, right? What does it all point to? With all this increase in knowledge, it all points to that the word of the Lord was true. We find it out, and then they suppress it and hide it, right? See? It says, essentially, it's a marriage of convenience used to conceal the sexual orientation of one or both partners, often for social or legal reasons. Well, look this is Babylon the Great. That shit don't matter now. You get promoted for that type of shit. That might have been back in the day. But I dare say now is so women could somewhat have their cake and eat it too, to an extent. Because now you get the, like the woman said, you get the companionship, right? You get the security. So now you get somebody to help you split the bills, right? But you don't have no head. You're essentially the head. Because in a proper true marriage, the man is the head. A man is always the head. Because if a woman ain't married, you under your father authority. See, and when you look at like those other races, you know, they still operate like that. It's not probably as rigid and strict, but yeah, you a little ugly duckling, you a little overweight. Right? Men won't pursue you like that. You staying at home. You living with mom and dad and working for them. That still happens. All right. Let me grab something real quick. Sirach 25 and 25. Give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad. And that's what the women travel. And this is more this concept of lavender marriage. That's all that is. This is just more liberty for a woman to do her own thing, to lead her own self. And if you was to continue to watch that video, that's what it showed. It showed him traveling. We was traveling. Then they show him being all, flambe. Sirach 26:8, a drunken woman and a gatter abroad cause a great anger, and she will not cover her own shame. Well, everything is videotaped now. Hell, whatever you doing can be seen across the world in live real time. So this scripture has been amplified. I'm gonna grab one more scripture. Oh, let me read some more Lavender Marriage real quick. Here's a more detailed explanation. Lavender marriages are often entered into to hide the sexual orientation of one or both partners, particularly when homosexuality or bisexuality was or still stigmatized. It's not. All right. It's the other way around now. If you're a conventional man, a traditional man, biblical man, you're stigmatized. All right. And like I said, that video, they traveling everywhere and filming it. So ain't nobody hiding shit. And he's just as happy as he want to be in the vid. Reasons for entering into a lavender marriage can include, and don't deal with women that got gay friends. Birds of a feather flock together. All right. And that comes from the scripture. All right. It says the scripture says what? See, these little sayings come from the scriptures. Let me see something. See, both of these work. Sirach 13:16. All flesh consorted according to kind, right? Dogs with dogs, cats with cats. And a man will cleave to his like. So people hang with people that's like them. You proud, you're going to be around proud people. All right? You a thief, you're going to be around thieves. You a murderer, you're going to be around murderers. That's who you're going to cleave to. And you tootie, and you tootie, fruity, then it's in you somewhere. Don't be hanging with women with gay friends. That shit ain't cool. Boys or girls. Friends. And then they together and some liquor involved. And you see what happened. That shit happens often more than what people speak about. Sirach 27:9. The birds will resort unto their like, so will truth return unto them that practice in her. Okay, so let's read some more on that. Motivations. Reasons for entering a lavender marriage can include seeking blah, 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 whatever. No romantic connection. The term lavender couple typically refers to a man and woman living together as a married couple, but without a sexual relationship. It's not about romantic love or attraction. It's about whatever. Lavender marriages have historically been more prevalent in cultures where homosexuality or bisexuality face significant social stigma, or where there were legal barriers to same-sex marriage. While same-sex marriage is becoming more widely accepted, lavender marriages can still be seen in some contexts, particularly when individuals seek to avoid. Come on, goddammit, AI overview. This is kind of old. Shit, this is Babylon the Great now. You celebrate it when you live that alternative lifestyle. And ironically enough, I'll tell you something about lavender. Lavender, beautiful smell, beautiful plant. Tea help you sleep. But when you put it on, right, lavender has a lot of estrogen in it. So when it's not advised for men to wear like lavender lotions, right? They show studies where people wearing lavender lotion, excessively growing man boobs, all right? Even in babies, I just want to throw that out there, about lavender in regards to a lavender marriage and a definition of it. But anyway, I'll end it with this scripture. Ecclesiastes 7:29. Matter of fact, I'm going to start up. Ecclesiastes 7:26. And I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands is bands. Her mind is traps. She can't physically overpower you. And if she can, you need to fucking do something about that. You drugged out here. You watch these videos where women grabbing dudes by the dress and beating the hell out of them. That's a sad way to go. All right. You should have been able to take damn near all women, most women at least, when you was about 14 years old as a young man. Anyway, whose heart is snares and nets. See, that mental tug and pull, trying to get you to operate emotionally and all this old shit, crying and shit. If all else fails, she cry or whatever, right? Her heart to subdue you. And once she subdue you, it's on to the next. And her hands as bands. Whoso pleaseth the Most High shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. That's why these guys they're done wrong. The Lord allowed these women to do these men wrong. The Lord might keep us from women. All right. Then the Lord might let us experience them. All right. Just teach us a lesson. Right. But he don't allow us to be taken by her. Behold, this have I found, saith the preacher, counting one by one to find out the account, which yet my soul seeketh, but I find not. One man among 1,000 have I found, but a woman among all those have I not found. Because a woman is a woman has a natural proclivity to be wicked. Job, right? Because the Most High have not imparted unto her understanding. No. He has deprived her of wisdom. See? Why you think Christianity is able to run rampant in the so-called black community? Because who's the spiritual figurehead in the black community? Motherfucking the grandma. Grandma was a hoe in high school. Grandma advised the children and the grandchildren to get abortions and play the field and go to college. Ain't no wisdom in none of that. See the elder Ayasha out here. He did a video a while. Women naturally wicked, man. See what happened with Adam and Eve. You see what happened with the welfare. You just look at women now. You give them more, we read the Sirach earlier, right? Give the water no passage, nor a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad. You give her more options, she gonna try them all. Women really got that I'll do anything once. Yeah, just talk to them. Get one to talk to you. They ain't gonna tell you the truth. Get one 30 and up to talk to you if you can. Because women, they'll talk to you if they perceive ain't no judgment there. See, they don't like judgment. They hide from judgment. So women hide, they hold back But yeah, you get to talk, these women get to open it up to you. They done had threesomes. They done had homosexual excursions, right? And they done did all type of things. Right? Verse 29, lo, this only have I found, that the Most High have made man upright, not perverse. See, perverse mean, I said earlier, it means not right, but it means, when you break the word down, basically to not be upright. Unrighteous. Verse mean right or upright, and per mean not. Right? Perverse, not upright, not right. But the Lord made us upright. All right? He gave us the law of life for a heritage. Let me grab that. The Israelites. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Sirach 17:11. Beside this, he gave them knowledge and the law of life for a heritage, right? The law, statutes, commandments, the Bible, and the heritage is a possession. It's ours. All right. Sirach 45:5. He made him to hear his voice and brought him into the dark cloud and gave him commandments before his face, even the law of life and knowledge. This talking about the Most High and Moses, right? Even the law of life and knowledge, right? That he might teach Jacob his covenants and Israel his judgments. See? What to do, what not to do, how to do it, when to do it. And as time go out, pardon me, as time goes on and we learn more and more and more, we're finding out the why. We're finding out the why. See, when you read the law, when you read, the Lord don't give you the why all the time. And sometimes they're just like a father. A father don't give you why all the time. He telling you something. You might be sitting there eating your food and you playing around with the vegetables and your father tell you, eat them vegetables. He ain't explaining it to you. He telling you to do it. And then you get older sometimes and you be glad for it. You be like, yeah, I'm glad if you fucking learn something. Like, I'm glad he made me do this. I'm glad that I did that. I'm glad because I grew up, me personally, I grew up eating a lot of beans and a lot of greens, right? We was robbing Peter to pay Paul po, It ain't look like we was po, but we was po. But that helped though. And then as I got older, like my friend, he would always drink milk and shit. But he had broke bones and I never had a broken bone. And coming to find out that you get a lot of calcium in greens, or vitamin D, one of them. But you see, I'm just giving an example about how as you get older, or as you grow in this truth too, you find more and more of the why comes out. Like perfect case example, why a woman should only know and be with one man her entire life. That's on the scene heavy right now. The studies coming out showing how the more men she's with, the less compatible she is. She that's a lesson for another. You know what I mean? That's a topic for another lesson because I could be all day with that. All right. I'll read Baruch 4:1 too. This is the book of the commandments of the Most High and the law that endureth forever. Oh, that's that's how they did it in the Bible days. Well, those were that's the correct way. As time went on, as the further away we got away from the Bible, the more degenerate, depraved the world became. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. All right. Last scripture. For real this time. Same one. Ecclesiastes 7. Last verse. Lo, this only have I found, that the Most High have made man upright, but they have sought out many inventions. And this lavender marriage, I mean, from reading the definition, it sounds like it's old. Then they show the black and white pictures. You know, there's many rumors in Hollywood and different things. I think Clark Gable, the guy that played Perry Mason, it was all rumors and stuff that they was, on the other side, but then they would have to save face with these different little marriages and shit, whatever. All right. But nevertheless, that's a fucking invention. The fuck is a lavender marriage? The fuck on. And then they use the word marriage. That ain't marriage. Anyway, with that, Lord's will, this was an edifying lesson to those who elect. Kahalayim la Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash Shalom.